7 months.
7 months.
Beautiful. And what's your burning desire for the business? Why'd you switch over?
Oh, like I
In a
want to
few
do deeper.
words.
I was at Edward Jones, which is a good company to start at, but I wanted to do deeper financial planning and service people more, and that's why I switched.
Awesome. All right, take it away.
Okay, so I'm Carl. I don't say I'm with Cut and Wealth Management because every time I do, people say, cut what? Like cutting, you know? And so, but I am at Ameriprise, and I'm on an independent team at Ameriprise. So it's like a big company with kind of a small team inside of it. And when you consider our team, we started in New York, so we have awards from Forbes, Barron's, a variety of kind of smaller, I guess, award givers. We're the #1 firm, independent firm in New York State. We're #8 in the nation. And I just bring those things up because the reason I joined this team is because they really are excellent at what they do. So I thought I'd talk about just kind of what does it look like if you send someone our way. And then I thought I'd give a little bit of time for questions if I can actually time myself correctly. But when you send somebody our way, what it looks like generally is a 15-minute phone call. First of all, just to understand what they're looking for and whether or not we are a fit for their needs. Right? Because sometimes people call us and they are having problems with the IRS and like they think that we can help and it's not quite right. Sometimes people call us and they're not ready to start with a financial advisor. Either way, we're going to treat them really well, and we are going to, if they need somebody else, we're going to send them to the right person. If someone begins with us, we generally meet twice. So we have a first meeting, and that's kind of a discovery meeting where we talk through all of somebody's goals, who are the important people in their life. We aren't giving any recommendations. We are really it's kind of an interview on both sides to make sure we have a relationship that fits, right? And if that looks good, we move to the second meeting, which is that strategy session. So between those two meetings, we collect all of someone's documents, their tax return, their social security statements, their investment statements, etc. And that's where we do our analysis to say, okay, according to your goals, you want to retire, right? You want to buy a house, you want to pay for college. Are those goals on track? Are they not? And what do you need to do to achieve those goals? Okay. And so those two meetings are free. It doesn't cost anything. So we're going to give a second opinion to anybody. Step 4 is where they decide whether or not they're going to work with us. And we're not hard sales, so if somebody needs to go home and sleep on it, they go home and sleep on it. But if they decide to hire us, right, steps 4 and 5, we're not looking to meet with people twice and never talk to them again because goals change, right? Life changes, and we want to be in touch throughout the year to make sure if something changes, we go back to the beginning and make sure that they're still on track towards the goals. I bring this up, this is a really busy slide, but to say when somebody comes in, usually they're in this middle service, financial planning. So we charge for financial planning and investment management separately. So when somebody comes in, usually they're paying $200 a month for the financial planning. And what that means, right, is there are a lot of advisors who all they do is try to sell you stock, right? They're not necessarily actually giving advice. We're sitting down with people and saying, what's your plan, right? What's your strategy for maximizing how you claim Social Security, right? What's your strategy for minimizing what you pay the federal government over the course of your life? Okay. How do we improve your investments here and at your work? Are your estate plans in order? Or if they're not, how do we make sure that what you want to happen at your death is what's going to happen, right? When people engage with us, we have kind of a 3-meeting model throughout the year. So at the beginning of the year, when everybody's thinking about their goals, Nikolai mentioned it earlier, right? That's when people are thinking about it. So we talk about their goals at the beginning of the year. We talk about, are their investments, do they need to be rebalanced? Mid-year, we do a risk and protection planning. So that would be things like estate planning, making sure if there is something that could be a threat to their goals, that they know, and they know the options around, generally insurance, which is Larry, but they know the options around how do you protect your goals. And end of the year, we do tax planning, because most tax planning has to happen before the year ends. So that is, a lot of people don't realize that. They think you can wait until like April, right, this year to do stuff that should have happened last year. But we have situations, like I have a client who had they bought a big piece of machinery, they depreciated it over the course of the year. Their income was negative $300,000 for the year on paper. And you can convert or in that situation, you can convert $300,000 of IRA money to Roth IRA, and all that means is we take something that you owe taxes to the government for and turn it into tax-free money for free, right? If you just do the right planning, right? So, the other thing is that our team is looking to serve people holistically. So most of the time when you see this KWM family office, most of the time that's actually the client, and they're figuring, they're dealing with the estate planning attorney who says to communicate with the tax professional, who says to communicate with the wealth management person, but that person in the middle doesn't speak our language, and a lot of things get miscommunicated. And so when people hire us, we want to be the person in the middle, and they sign the right forms that we can talk to their estate planning attorney, their business people, right? Anybody that they need, so that we can coordinate and then get back with the client and say, I talked to your CPA, here's the decisions that we talked about. Do you want to meet with both of us, or should we just implement it, right? Man, it goes so quickly. So people we're looking for, I'm looking for people who have $500,000 to $5 million to invest. That's really hard. Like, people don't walk around with a number on their head, right? It would make my job a lot easier finding people. So really, it's big life transitions. If you know somebody who has a death in the family, lost a job, is looking at retiring, is going through divorce, those are big situations where send them our way. We're going to talk through it with them, and we can help understand if they're the right fit or not, or send them on their right way. We do financial planning for business owners. So if you have someone who's, say, 3 to 5 years away from selling a business, it's going to be a big sale. We actually have an advisory team who partners with business owners to maximize the sale of their business before selling, right? And so that's a great person who we can begin working with before they sell their business, because there's a lot that you could do, and a lot of kind of fun tax things that if you know the business is being sold, you can do, but if the business has already been sold, it's too late to kind of go back and redo everything. And then we're looking for CPAs. We do a lot of CPA partnerships, that's the time. That's it.
Great
Thank
job.
you.